Hey guys, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome to my last day of the Tasty Truck series. So I'm going to be using the Tasty Truck stamp set that you can find on page 12 and 13 of the Celebrations catalog. Again, that's a free item that you can earn when you place a $50 order or more. And then I'm going to be pairing that with a sentiment from the Lift Me Up stamp set. It's part of the Up and Away bundle, or Lift Me Up bundle. I will be doing this at some point. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, or coming soon, but I really love this Just a Note to Lift Your Spirits, because I'm going to be trying to do my Friday, I'm going to call this my Friday color scheme. So we're going to give this a go to see if I can do it every Friday. So I'm going to have a basic black card space that measures 4 1/4 by 11. I've got a Whisper White piece that measures 4 by 5 1/4. I've got Tempting Turquoise, Bermuda Bay. I'm adding in Fleur de Flamingo. I've got Cucumber Crush, Melon Mambo, Pumpkin Pie, and Daffodil Delight. And then I have a piece of watercolor paper that I'm going to stamp on. But before I get stamping, I'm going to go ahead and punch. I'm going to be using the Bow, I believe this is the Bow Builder Punch. Can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to go ahead and punch. This is going to give me 2 of each. There we go. So I have all of my balloons. I'm going to set those over to the side. Move all this paper over. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my card layer, my card base. What did I do with my little trusty silicone mat? I'm going to go ahead and adhere the inside card panel using Snail. Again, this is a card base that measures 4 by 5 and 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then my inside layer measures 4 by 5 1/4. And you can find all the measurements plus a PDF tutorial over on the blog. That's also where you'll find the January hostess code. Make sure you use that if you place an order in January of 2017. I update that hostess code every month. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. You guys may have remembered this from the other card. I'm going to bring in an embossing buddy. And I'm going to go ahead and emboss this sentiment with white embossing powder. And I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing because I don't want embossing powder to stick to any of it. So I may not always do a black card base, but I do want to always do these colors together. We'll see how far I get with this. So let me make sure I'm stamping it right. That would be a travesty. I'm going to put this down here in the corner. Just like that. And then I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder. I'm going to heat this with my heat tool and I will be right back. So just like that, I'm going to set this to the side. I didn't do the best job of scoring that. Let's try that again. Sometimes my bone folder jumps the track a little bit. There we go. Move this to the side. I'm going to bring in my piece of watercolor paper. There is a textured side and a smooth side. I definitely want the smooth side for this project. I'm going to be using my watercolor pencils from the Occasions catalog. And they're kind of hidden. So where's that catalog? Let me show you where you can find them. I can even remember where they are. They're with the lady stamp. Where's the lady stamp? Here we are. They're on page 24 and they're $16. Hey guys, it's Misty. I just wanted to come on real quick and let you know that the watercolor pencils are on back order. Oh my goodness. They are expected to be available after February 3rd. So if you want to place your order, you may get a message that says that to be notified for when they come back in stock. But they should be back in stock by February 3rd. And if they're not, I will let you know. Again, so it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect as far as like all the little details. But I do want it to look halfway decent. And I'm just going to stamp. I'm actually going to turn this way so I don't waste this big old piece of paper. Watercolor paper is not inexpensive. Just like that. Okay, so I am going to color this white and black. Well, I'm going to color it with black, but it's going to be white and black to kind of go with our theme here. So you can do it one of two ways. If you want a lighter color, you can kind of put down your color and then drag it out with the water brush. But if you want a little bit more of an intense color, what I like to do is to wet the cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. So I'm going to go ahead and wet an area at a time. Wait, I did that backwards. I was going to do the trim in this area because I want the main vehicle to be white. Decided to add just a touch of color. Okay, so let's bring in our card base. Actually, first, let me go ahead and do the trick I showed you the other day. That if you're not a perfect cutter, you just run your marker along the back, along the edges, excuse me. And it makes it look like you cut up perfectly when you didn't. I feel like I want to cut this part out. But another part says no. Okay, let's go ahead and get this attached. And I'm going to use my tear and tape again because there's a lot of texture on this watercolor paper, and I want to make sure that it adheres well enough to stay. Okay, so then I'm going to take, let's see, 2, 3. I think I want that pink flamingo anymore. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you wanted to, in the birthday balloon adventures, there is string that you could stamp, but I'm just going to use my white gel pen. And then we'll put the small ones on with dimensionals. Just like that. I'm gonna bring in my white gel pen and a little scrap piece of this paper. I'm gonna bring in a little bit. Let's do Bermuda Bay. There. That looks a little better. Okay, guys, what do you think? Do you like it? Don't like it? Too simple? Too complicated? None of the above? Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. So yeah, it's not as brilliant as the other one was, but if I'd stamped it and used the die cut, it may have been. Let's add some of those, what are they called? These things. There we go. Leave it alone before you mess it up, Musty. No, I gotta add more. I gotta add all the things. There we go. I like that a lot. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this week with the Tasty Truck. Don't forget, it's free with a $50 purchase. So if you're interested, make sure you head on over to my website, which is always linked in the description box down below. Don't forget, you can head over to the blog for a coordinating blog post that has the PDF tutorial and a list of all the supplies, which are also in the description box below. Please give this video a like if you liked it, and leave me a comment letting me know what you think of this card and if you want me to continue this series on Friday. I think I really want to. I really love this color combo, and I want to see if I can stretch my creativity a little bit, so we'll see. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed crafting with me, and I will see you later. Bye for now.